Hey friend, Iacopo here. If you landed on this video, it probably means that you are creating content because you want to pre-sell your offers. Your brand is a bridge to connect with the right people that you actually want to help. But at the moment, it feels like sales are kind of random, and when people talk to you, it feels like pulling teeth when it comes to buying. They don't quite get it. It's almost like they don't trust you. Is that the reason why you're watching this video? If it is, I'm glad, because in this video I want to tell you exactly why this is happening and how to stop it. I don't want to fluff around too much in this training because I want to give you the juice right away. But before I do that, you need some context. With my wife, we built the channel, the YouTube channel, Lazy Dancer Tips. It's now, at the moment I'm recording, 236,000 subscribers. We just hit the milestone of 25 million views. We generated $1.5 million in digital sales, all organically or with our content, selling products from $9 to multiple 5 figures. Low ticket, high ticket, mid ticket, we've done it all. And we tested a lot of things. And the reason why I'm recording this is because I know you have a great offer. Your content is amazing. And I want it to pre-sell your offers without you struggling so much when it comes to selling, either at the phone, via DMs, or directly on a sales page. So let's analyze why your content still feels like it's not clicking with your ideal clients. The main reason why so many talented coaches and trainers and service providers out there struggle to sell with their content, it's because they are teaching most of the time. We've done it, we've done the same mistakes. We started with how-to content from the get-go. That's our safe space. How do you go public online without making a fool out of yourself? You share what you know. That is something that you can hide behind. You can hide behind your knowledge. And you're being useful to people. That's a great thing about it. You know, you want to be helpful. You want to be genuine. Now, why this doesn't help you that much? Because yes, it gives you an audience. People find you because you're useful. They watch and consume your content. They like, subscribe. But the problem with that is that how-to content doesn't activate people to invest, to move. What do you do when you find a useful piece of content? You might subscribe to the channel, you might like the content, and you might even leave a message with, "Thanks so much for the tip, was really helpful." Or maybe you wouldn't do any of that, you just save it for later, never to be seen it again. You've done it, you're guilty of it, but this is what people do. And when you teach all the time, you position yourself as a resource, when really you want to position yourself as the guide. So how do you change this? At the moment, your teaching content sounds like this: how to do X. And the way it makes people feel is, wow, this is useful, I'm gonna save it, like it, and watch it later. Not really, not gonna watch it, too much effort, I'm sorry, thank you, bye, 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 never to come back to you again, unless I wanna save another content of yours. The way you flip the switch, and this is gold for you right now, is that instead of saying how to do X, what I want you to think about is, the reason why you don't have X, it's because you haven't mastered Z. So you bring awareness to the thing that they didn't know they were missing. And that makes people feel, oh, well, I didn't know that. Also, I don't know how to figure that out by myself. Also, I might need help from you. Because the way you're describing the problem, it sounds like you know your stuff and you know what my problem is, and it kind of like I want to work with you right now. You see where I'm getting with this? That is activation. And that is point number 1, super crucial. The second deadly reason why your content is not pre-selling your offers is because you, mate, are focusing on the wrong metric. You're focusing on views, like so many other people out there. I don't know who came up with this, that we had to be a slave of social media platforms and the algorithms I don't know why. That is not how a coach that wants to build a business treat his or her business. Sure, we want to be visible to people, but we want to be visible for the right reasons. Attention doesn't do anything. We had a conversation with many creators over the years. One day we had a conversation with creators, super talented creators that had 4 million subscribers across TikTok and Instagram. And they struggled to sell an $80 course. I think they sold 100 of it. And the other day we talked to creators that had reels going viral, 100K views on a reel, but then they were struggling to sell their product. So as you can see, building an audience or like building views is not the same thing as building trust that makes people want to buy from you. So how do we flip the switch here? You need to go from wanting views to creating resonance. If you want views, you would probably go for topics that are broad, that can please anybody, that are entertaining, they're nicely put together, they look amazing, and they're just enticing for the majority of people. What does it do? You get lots of views from everybody and anybody, doesn't help you. What do you want to do instead? You want to almost like fine-tune your radio to make sure that your signal only hits a specific demographic. Not actually demographic, but a specific type of people that would resonate with you. And ideally, the reaction that you want to have is not like, that's funny, scroll another puppy video. You want to have a reaction of somebody that says, okay, I completely understand the type of content you're creating, what you're all about, who you help and who, and I know exactly how to work with you if I want to. From just a couple of videos or reels or posts, whatever platform you choose, people should be able to resonate with you at that level. How do you know if you're creating resonance? Well, let's find out if you are not. Here's a checklist for you. If you're getting comments like, I love it, or when you talk to people, they feel like your offer doesn't make any sense, or it's too expensive, or they don't quite get it, or maybe you feel like creating content, it's a drag, it's almost like you need to force yourself to do it, that is when you're not doing the right thing. And if that is you right now, this is something that it's so important for you to fix if you want sales and the right people to actually find you and resonate with you. It's a paradox because we kind of want to become anti-viral in a way that instead of being broad and entertaining and performing at all costs, we want to be incredibly specific on who we talk to. And for that to happen, you need to be really clear on what you want your brand to look like, the vibe that you want to emanate in whatever you're posting, the language that you use, the words, and how you communicate your values so that only few people are hit by it and they say, oh wow, you are exactly what I was looking for. So you don't want to go viral, you want to go anti-viral so that the right people don't just like you, but get obsessed with what you do and they need your guidance for it. The third deadly reason why your content is not pre-selling your offers is also because, frankly, people don't know why they should buy from you. But what do you mean they don't know why they should buy from me? I'm constantly adding value. I'm telling them all of my stuff. I'm sharing testimonials and I'm so technical and specific and put together all the time. Yeah, that's exactly because of that. You've created this persona that is perfect in his own way that people cannot see behind the brand, behind the curtains. They don't know if they're safe buying from you. Like, who's the person behind the screen or the reel or your message? Like, what do you do when you're not on duty? Like, how are you alike? Are you funny? Are you serious? Are you a nerd? Do you ever show that side of your brand? Because people don't buy just methods. That is so 2020, where people would just buy 997 courses from anybody and there was all regurgitated information. Now we've got ChatGPT, and do people use Google still? I don't know. Knowledge is not what people want. The fact that you are knowledgeable and authoritative Of course, it needs to be there, but it cannot be the only thing. Especially now in the AI era, what do we want more than anything else? Connections. Because if I need to invest, especially if you're selling high ticket, I need to invest in months of working with you. I want to know that you're also kind of easy to be around, like that we like the same things, that I can joke around if I wanted to, that I'm not constantly under scrutiny, or that you're not like a sergeant that is going to tell me off every time I make a mistake. If you never show your mistakes, people think that you're perfect, but it's kind of like you're putting a barrier on your content for people to even step into your world, because it's intimidating. When you learn how to take yourself not too seriously while still taking what you do very seriously, that's the sweet spot where people can finally see you. When you are able to joke around, when you are able to sustain a 3-hour call without having to force yourself to be perfect. And even in your content, are you forcing yourself to be super polished? Is it a drag to find topics? Is it so difficult for you to put together a reel or a video because it needs to be perfect? That is putting a barrier in front of your audience rather than inviting them in. They cannot see you. And you cannot just teach and be authoritative in your content, because people will use you as a library, not as a leader. How do you check whether you are doing this or not? Here's some symptoms checklist for you. People love your content, they watch every single story on Instagram, they watch every single video, open every email, but when it comes to buying an offer, it never really happens easily. When you talk to them at the phone, on Zoom, they love you, but they still have the question, I'm not quite sure it's for me though. Or, as I said before, if you look at your social media right now and you see there is like authority, teaching, and you are pouring your heart and soul into that stuff, and it's gold, but it feels intimidating, that's a signal for you. Have you self-evaluated your content right now? And if it's not already pre-selling your offers, it's one of these 3 deadly reasons, or even all of them maybe. 1, you are teaching all the time, you are not activating. 2, you're optimizing for views, not for resonance. 3, you are becoming and being perceived as useful, but not someone that people trust buying from. So in order to fix this, you don't need to run ads to increase visibility. Visibility will just double down the results that you have right now. Random sales don't know how to improve things or how to connect with people. What you need is to learn the language of content activation. And this is exactly what I've distilled down into my program, Pre-Sold. Pre-Sold is a very condensed program that will make you understand how to create a brand that represents your vibe and who you want to help in a clear way so that people get it. It makes you understand how to narrow down your language so that the right people will understand what you do and how you can help them right away. It's also not going to help you create a reel that goes viral and gets 100K views. If you want virality, this is not for you. But if you want content that connects with the right people, that will make them fall in love with you and only you, because they don't only like your method, like the thing that you're teaching right now. They also like to hang around with you because you're showing who you are in a way that it's not you being a dancing monkey on TikTok. It's you truly being yourself without the mask. We're gonna guide you through exactly the steps that you need. The 4 types of content that make people understand who you are. So it's not random. It's authority, it's problem awareness, it's objection handling, and it's connection content. These 4 things will build a brand that is complete, that represents something, and that makes people get it. And when you drop an offer, they'll jump on it. If you want to get access to it right now, click the link below. As I mentioned at the beginning, my wife and I alone in the dancing business, in the channel Lazy Dancer Tips, we created a business that generated 1.5 million just with content. So it's not just me talking about it, it's me sharing what we actually done. But I also want to let you know that we've helped many other coaches do something completely similar, because we only work with people that have amazing offers. Because if you don't have an amazing offer, none of this will work regardless. But if you do have an offer, you do know that you know your stuff and you just don't understand why people don't get it, it's a language of resonance in your content. So let me mention a few people that we helped just by teaching them this language and applying it, not just on content, but on their offers, on their email list, and in anything that they wanted to articulate to the public. For example, Yasmin, she's a movement instructor. She used to do one-on-one calls with people in person and online, and she had a good YouTube channel, but she was teaching all the time as well. And she has a classic case of people using her as a resource. Lots of comments saying, thank you for that video, thank you for the practice, I feel amazing now, bye, thank you for all the fish. When we started working together, she understood the switch from teaching to activating. And videos and content in general became so much easier because she knew how to talk to her audience. We revamped her offer as well, and when she came to launch it, she had 5 people at $1,500 signing up from the get-go, which was her goal as well. The first time she was shocked when a complete stranger signed up for her low-ticket product from a YouTube video, then upgraded to high-ticket proximity offers that she had without her having a call with the guy or doing anything to convince him. This was such a refreshing thing for us, but also for her, because she didn't even think it was possible. When your content pre-sells your offers, you don't need to be there every step of the way to make people decide on buying something. They decide for themselves, but you've got to show them all of the elements for them to make a decision. Then there's Karina. Karina is an expert into helping people publish their book on Amazon and get the bestseller status. At the beginning, she started teaching, and she failed because that's, her go-to. She started growing her YouTube channel, but again, views only. Then we started tweaking her message in a way that would activate the right people. We even tweaked her ad campaigns, because at the beginning they were bringing in just freebie seeker and the wrong people. But we tweaked the signals, we tweaked the language of resonance. And by tuning the radio, she started getting way more qualified conversation and appointment booked from the ads, and people on the channel being blown away by her content and also contacting her organically. She's a little bit of a unicorn, because from complete zero in just 3 months, she managed to have a 5-figure a month business from complete zero in 3 months. Like that is not usual, but because she's a hardworking person and she put everything into it by learning the right language for their ads and her content, it happened. And it's amazing what you can do when you can connect with the right people with the right content. Then we have Sarah. Sarah is a military veteran that helps military veterans and first responders overcome PTSD with treks on the Himalaya. And she was really passionate about that. But what she wanted was to create a community online, because she was one of our lazy dancers from the Lazy Dancer Tips world. And she said, guys, I want to do something like what you've created. Can you help me out? So we helped her out building that community online for herself, so that she could, instead of selling treks on the Himalaya, to selling a mission, to selling a homecoming for people that could not go back home because of the trauma that they had in their career. And the beautiful thing is that we combined the two sides of the business, the in-person Himalayan treks with the online community. And from one side, she started having treks completely filled out before she even sold it publicly because of a wait list. And also the community has become an integral part of the whole business, because we made it so. We made it so that we sell a mission, we don't sell a destination. Like a VIP destination, a VIP track. That was not the point, but that's what she was doing at the beginning. With our help, And by tweaking the message, we managed to bridge everything together so that now she can run content that she loves, attracting the right people, selling the right offer, and filling out her tracks every single time. Most people think it's their offer. Most people start doubting themselves. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe what I do is not useful. It's not that. It's not your offer. It's not your funnel. It's none of it. It's your language and how people perceive you. You are in control of that. If you don't know how to tell them why they should buy from you and how you can help them and why you are the only one that they should buy from, because you are unique, sales will not happen like it's inevitable. And if you want to make that inevitable, you need to change the way you speak in your content. Learn the language of resonance and wake up to sales notifications every single day. If you want to join Pre-Sold, follow the link in the description below. I'll see you inside.